About it. So first thing we're going to look for is we're probably going to look for for some compound, because the things you can build right off the beginning, you have tethers, which require compound. You have oxygen filters, which require resin. A canister, which requires resin as well. Compound for a small generator. Fantastic. A beacon requires quartz. So yeah, we'll get into that. And then you also have the work light unlocked, which requires copper, but we'll have to get into that later of how to get it, how to make it, all that fun stuff. So yeah, basics things here, super basics. And we also have the small printer, which requires that. But we're going to go for tethers right now. We're looking for tethers. So let's see, where's the stuff? Okay, so right here we have resin and we have compound. Oh, kind of mixed in. So we'll probably grab both at the same time. Why not? And I'm actually pretty glad to grab the resin at the same time. And I'll tell you why here in just a second. All right, so we have resin and compound. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start digging it up, grabbing the resin and the compound. Lucky for us, there's it's a little mixed bag of goodies here. I like it, so we're getting both. Now, one thing I like to do off the beginning is use a resin and go ahead and make yourself a canister. This is going to allow you to place soil and flatten soil. As you can see, I can't do it because I have no soil. I have no soil yet. But now, while I gather resources, my soil begins to fill up. How amazing. How amazing. It's great. It's great. So we're going to go ahead and grab this, and we'll grab some more compound. Over here, always keep an eye on our oxygen bar. You can see it from right here. It's kind of nice. It's kind of cool. You don't have a HUD. You don't have there's no HUD because it's all visible. Ooh, we have some clay as well. Interesting. It's all right there, visible on your backpack, which is great. I like it. I like it. Okay. So now we are suffocating. You can hear we're suffocating. We are suffocating. We are running out of oxygen. We're getting low. Let's run back. All right, cool. Oh, we're good. We're good. So now, like I said, I printed the canister. You noticed that my power started to deplete a little bit. And if I go over here, disconnect. Let's go ahead and make tethers. Boom. You can see that power starts getting used. Now, it does not refill on its own. You're going to have some means of power to fill this back up. You can simply connect to your habitat again and it'll start filling it back up. But if you're out on the go, you're gonna need a like, you know, a generator or some kind of power making device, power, you know, distribution thing. So first thing we're gonna build is a large platform type A. 2 resin. Too easy. So we're gonna build that guy, and we're gonna build some tethers. Okay, I have a stack of tethers. Let's go ahead and get a second stack of tethers, get things ready, you know. And we're gonna scope out the land a little bit. So over here we have clay. You don't really need that off the beginning so much. You're gonna need it later on. But I mean, it's good to have it right here. Trust me, you're gonna be looking for it later. You're gonna be like, oh man, I really wish I had clay. And it's like, yeah, well, you know, you do. So just note where it's at. And there are beacons, like I said, that are unlocked from the beginning. If you get quartz, you can go ahead and make a beacon, throw a beacon on it, and then you'll be able to see it, like where it's at, if you're near it, relatively near it anyways. But I like to typically grab a stack of tethers and run out one direction and kind of just see, because now what this is going to allow us to do is kind of take a peek around what's around here, and I can always run back to here. So it's like I can see right there we have some debris. Debris is always a good thing, because you have this guy, which is a fully functional medium wind turbine. Fully functional. Absolutely, it's great. And then we have power cells as well, which are good. So we'll grab the power cells, we'll grab the wind turbine, we'll bring it back. Now when you're holding something, you can hold it in your hand like this and you can walk. It's faster than just doing this because you can't run while you have an item. So if you see me a lot doing this little maneuver, it's basically just the fastest way to get from point A to point B while bringing something with you. I do this a lot. Do you have to do this? Absolutely not. You can just put it in your hands if you want to and just carry it back, which is fine. But you know, I'm always in a hurry. We're always in a hurry here. All right, so we have that large platform type A. We're going to go ahead and place that. But first, what I want to do, let's play with the terrain tool a little bit. Let's go with flatten. Let's go with the flatten mode a little bit, and let's flatten things out. Let's get a nice semi-level surface to build our base upon. I like to have a nice level surface to build our base on. There is no true flat currently. I don't think it's a thing yet. They're working on it. So if you guys don't know what true flat is, that's completely okay. Don't worry about it. There's no true flat. So if you guys watch my true flat videos, well, they're they're not a thing right now. But yeah, so we flattened it out. Look at that, looks great. Let's go ahead and bring some over here too. Make sure we have enough room for activities. This looks actually really flat. This actually looks really flat. I like it. Okay, and boom, we're good. Alrighty, so now that we got things flattened out, looking good. Okay, let's go ahead and let's see what we need for our very first thing, research chamber. Okay, so we're gonna need 1 resin and 2 compound. We have 2 resin currently, and we have 1 compound currently. So let's go over here. Let's see if we can't gather any more goodies out of this little mixed bag here. Okay, cool. I see some compound right there. Easy peasy. Looking good. Looking good. Oh, there's a whole bunch here. Fantastic. All right. I guess we'll just grab everything we can here. Why not? Absolutely. It's a whole mixed bag of goodies. I like it. Okay, so let's grab you and these. All of these. Fantastic. We're good. I have plenty. I just like to gather, you know, we're here. Let's just gather it while we can. All right, cool. We're good. Let's head back. Perfect. So we need a research chamber. Let's go ahead and unlock the research chamber. Let's get you going. Perfect. It will do its thing. Now, what we can do, since we found that medium wind turbine, we can throw that on there. We could get power from wind. However, this is going to have to go on here. So we're going to have to build ourselves another platform before we do that, which is fine. It's easy. So let's go explore a little bit more, shall we? Now, to get things further unlocked, further, right? We're building a research chamber. So that means we need to do research of some sort. That is because you have your catalog, and what your catalog does is it unlocks new items for you, absolutely new items. And let's go with how it's broken down first. So you have the breakdown right here. You have these 4 little buttons. This is your backpack printer. That's everything that requires 1 item. Very easy, very, you know, just it kind of, that's what it is. You have the small printer. This is the printer that can, you know, make things out of requiring 2 items. We have the medium printer, which makes things requiring 3 items. So you can see this guy right here, that's a medium printer. You can see it has up to 3 items. Now, not everything in this requires 3 items though. So like this platform right here only required 2, but it's still printed on this one. It's not printed in the small printer. So let's actually go ahead. Let's make ourselves a small printer. Let's do that. And we can kind of see what we can print from that guy. And perfect. So the small printer, like so, medium printer right there. That's how you're gonna print stuff. So and then large printer, that is the big boy. That's the one that prints with up to 4 items. It's great, you know, just everything very, very easily organized. I like how they did it now. It used to be a different way, but now it's this way. It's good. It is good stuff. So let's say you wanted to unlock an oxygen tank, a small oxygen tank. That requires 1,600 bytes. We currently have 0. we currently have 0. Now, things in the catalog are going to range in bytes. So you have, you know, 1,000 bytes. This guy's already unlocked. 3,000 bytes. 3,000 bytes for these guys. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 800, and then you have like something like this. It's 8,000 bytes. That is a end game item. That's something you're going to get later on if you choose to. You could get it early, but there's things that require it. Things that you're going to need before you can even make it. So you can see from here. Like let's go to the small oxygen tank. It requires glass. It requires glass to make it. This requires zinc. This requires ceramic. This requires nanocarbon alloy, which you're not going to be able to make for a while. So keep that in mind when you're building these things, unlocking these things. That you also have to have, just because you unlock it, you still have to have the ability to make the item that it needs. You know. So that is a thing. You could just unlock it right away, but then you're like, well, shoot, I can't even make it until I unlock all this other stuff. So you know, that's the thing. Let's also go into, let's go see if we can't find a cave somewhere. I kind of want to look at a cave with you guys. I'll show you what's up with that and go that route. Was there a cave entrance along the way here? Actually, let's grab this guy first. We'll grab one of these guys. These are research pods. This is a research item. There's a research item right here as well. There's research items in the trees. You can see one right there, all the way from there. Now, a lot of people always ask, they're like, how do you select that item from that far away? Because normally you have to be close, right? Well, if you get your terrain tool out, then you can select items from really far away. It's super handy. It's been a thing ever since the beginning of the game, and I love it. Absolutely love it. So running out of oxygen here. Let's do this. Let's take this guy back, and we're gonna start researching this so we can start getting some bites in here, and then we'll go explore other means to get bites and other ways to unlock things as well. Get you in there, open it up, flip this little tab, and research. Boom. We're getting 6.9 bytes per minute currently. Now, if we hook this on here somehow, we could possibly get more bytes even faster, because you can see right here, we have a little power display. This flashing red means this is not fully powered yet. Full power is once it hits this thing right here. And once it is fully powered, then it'll go a little bit faster. You'll be able to gain research a little bit faster. And then over time, this one specifically, it has less research towards the beginning of the time and a lot more towards the end of the time. That kind of is what this breaks down to. But again, that's just, you know, that's kind of management that you might not need to worry about right now. But we have that guy going. We currently are getting 7 bytes per minute. We have a total of 5 bytes right now, 6 bytes now. Yay, we're getting bytes. It's amazing. But there's other ways to get bytes. There's a few other ways to get bytes. I should say there's not a ton, but there are a few. Now, I'm looking around here, see if I can't find any off the get-go. We have more of these guys. I'm not seeing any. Do we have a cave entrance right here? Is that a cave entrance? No, not a cave entrance there. Is there a cave entrance right here? There we go. Let's go ahead and let's hop down into this cave. So I do recommend going into caves like very beginning game. Why not? It's fun. It's fantastic. It's exciting. And half the, like, you know, a good portion of the game is just exploring. So what I like to do is I like to grab my flatten tool and build a nice little ramp down here. And ooh, look at that. We got aluminum right there. That's not aluminum. That is laterite. My apologies. That is actually laterite. Laterite is the unrefined version of aluminum. Again, we'll have to get into smelting and all that stuff later, but just know that laterite is unrefined version of aluminum. Easy enough. And then we'll dig all this out. And look at that. Look at that. We're gathering the laterite. We have laterite. Yay! Aluminum material. So you might be thinking to yourself, well, what kind of materials are there? Well, you're in luck, because Astroneer now has a handy-dandy Astropedia. There's Astroneer Basics. This kind of walks you through everything that I'm kind of going over. Planets. This talks about the planets specifically, their difficulty rating, essentially. So easy, you know, to solo, medium, and then hard and very hard. So each one shows like what resources are primary on here, what kind of gases you can get, what it is about, and what kind of power you're going to need there. So super handy stuff there. But resources, these are where you're going to find all of your gatherable resources. Everything on this page right here, you dig straight out of the ground. You just pick it up, dig it out. That's what you need. And we have the associated emblems of which, because later on you're going to see things with these like symbols on there, and this is where you find them. This is where you find them. I'll try to give you an example of that before we head out of this episode. But these are the resources that you gather straight from the ground. Now you have refined resources. These are what resources come out of these if you place it on a smelter. Aluminum is the refined version of laterite. That's all it is. And then copper, glass, iron, so forth and so on. And then you have atmospheric resources. These are resources that are gathered out of the atmospheric condenser. Some planets have some of them. Some planets have other ones. You know, there's not a single planet that has all of them. So you do have to travel around, get all these gases, and make all the stuff, which you're going to need later for composite resources. These are resources that require multiple items to make one of. So steel is actually a combination of iron and carbon. Graphene is a combination of hydrazine, which is a combination of ammonium and hydrogen. And then, so, you know what I mean? There's kind of a progression of difficulty here with resources. So this is just aluminum. I guess we'll grab some while we're here. I can't do anything with it yet. We don't have the smelter built, but that's okay. That's all right. So let's head over. Let's head over here. We'll talk about some of the hazards as well that you might come across early game. So you have these things. These are pop coral. Now you don't want to stand next to them when you're like digging them out. You just kind of want to hop them away from them, because if you're right next to them, they will pull up and they will hurt you, and it's not fun for anybody. I don't know. It might be fun the first time. Just kind of get a nice little laugh at. But we have some more research samples right here. This guy is a research sample we can take with us. More pop coral, And I was trying to see if I could find a gas pod. I don't know if I'm going to find a gas pod right away. Gas pods are kind of hit or miss. They're not necessarily everywhere, but when you get into a group of them, then they're kind of like tricky. And I want to at least identify it a little bit, kind of go over what it is. I was hoping to see one trying to shoot at me, but I don't see one anywhere yet. Where are you, gas pod? Are you here somewhere? I'm not seeing one. We have zinc right here. This is what this stuff is. Again, you just gather it up, easy peasy. And then there's also other things. There's one right over here. I don't know if we're gonna have enough. Do we have resin? Okay, you know what? Let's go ahead and make an oxygen filter. So we're gonna talk about the oxygen filter now. We're gonna make an oxygen filter. What this does is, see how my oxygen is depleting? Well, now I have oxygen. It's gonna refill this guy and it's gonna burn off that oxygen filter. So I have a little bit of freedom. You got to keep an eye on your oxygen bar still, because it can come back to bite you. It can come back to bite you. I know I've been playing and I'm like, oh, I ran out of filters. Oh no, and then I'm way away from everything. But these guys, this is an exodynamics research aid. So this one specifically requires a set amount of power for it to open. There's different types. There's this one that requires the power. There's another one that has a power emblem on it and it has like little battery emblems next to it. And it just needs to be charged up. And then there's other ones that just have a resource image logo right there, and that's what it requires. It requires that resource in order for it to open. So those are the research aids. Inside of them, there's a variety of different things. You know what, let's actually go grab this quartz real quick too. Why not? So yeah, we got some quartz. Look at that. Yay, we got quartz. All right, let's grab, I just want like one or two. Let's grab two. Yeah, we're good. Okay, perfect. Nailed it. All right, so now we have quartz. We can make a beacon if we want to. But yeah, these are the caves. Kind of explore around. There's multiple layers of caves. Each one's, the deeper you go, the I don't say the harder it gets, but there's gonna be a variety of different things. There's gonna be maybe more gas pods than pop coral plants, and vice versa. So there's some pretty cool things once you get deep down in there. If you guys have watched all my other videos, you probably already know what I'm talking about. But if you haven't, I don't really want to spoil anything too much for you. We'll cover those later in later episodes. But yeah, so research stuff, that's what we were looking for. I don't think, actually, you know what, let's go back down here. I don't think I saw any down here. There's a little research field research deals. Maybe I wasn't paying attention to them, but there's little field research deals that you can get while you're down here. Do I even see any though? I don't actually even see any. I can't believe that. Huh. I need a field research to give an example of. Otherwise, you might not know what I'm talking about. Nah, you probably do. You probably do. Okay, you know what? Let me grab this. I need more. I need to make another another filter. Otherwise, I'm gonna die here. We don't want to die. All right, so let's put it back down. Now, okay, so we got some more debris. These things are salvage. You're gonna notice it says salvage on there. These things are, you can put them into, oh, is that a good platform? Oh, that's a fully good platform right there. Wow, neato. We'll come back for it. There's the salvage you can throw into the shredder later on, but again, you have to go to another planet before you can even get the shredder, so we'll cover that later as well. But yeah, I was trying to see if I can't find one of these little research aids to aid us in explaining what they are, but I don't see any. I don't see one anywhere. I don't know why. I think yeah, it's back here. Okay, cool. Not good. All right, so I can't find any of these things. I don't know why. I don't know why I can't find any. Normally, they're absolutely everywhere. And what they are, I'm on the surface now, obviously. What they are, they're just little pieces, like sticking off of like random stuff, and you can like hover over them and you hit field research and it gives you bites. I can't find any. Normally there's some in the mountains, there's some in the caves, there's some like everywhere, but except for where I'm looking. I don't know why. I have no idea. I can't find it. Like this one right here. This guy would have stuff on it. You can see the three little spots that it could be there, but there's none. I have no idea what's going on. There's none on the mountains, there's none anywhere. But that kind of brings me into another topic, another thing. So other ways to get research, you can harvest plants like this guy right here, and it shoots off this little deal right there. That is actually a research sample as well. You can go ahead, you can press and hold, and you get 24 bites out of it. Fantastic. Yay, we did it. So that's a way to get research as well. Of not, you know, just if you run around, and honestly, if you run around and gather research samples from these, from the little pieces just like chilling somewhere that I cannot give an example of for right now to save my life because I don't know why. Those are usually a really good way to get bytes pretty quick. So I do recommend going out and doing that if you want to, if you need to get, you need to get more research bytes, you're kind of in a pinch. Like, I recommend going out and trying to find those. I'm still looking, trying to find them, but I can't find one. But another thing that that mountain actually kind of showed us, I don't know, I don't know why there's none here. There's absolutely none here. I have no idea. No idea. Another something that you might run into early game, you actually probably will if you're out looking for copper or something, is the terrain types. So in here, you can see I can dig all willy-nilly, easy peasy, no problemo. But then you start seeing terrain type like this that has these like lines through it, right? Well, this does not necessarily dig as easy as this does. It slows down quite a bit. Now you're gonna hit some more terrain types that are even harder and you can't even dig through. Now there's only one on this planet that I don't believe you can dig through unless you have a drill mod, which is a item that you unlock, drill mod 1, that would go on your terrain tool. But again, that's future stuff. We're trying to stick with just the basics, just the super basics. So we have research bytes going. Yay, we did it. Now what? Well, I need a smelting furnace. We need to be able to smelt things and turn them into other things. So let's see. Where is my smelting furnace? Smelting furnace, 250 bytes. We need it. We don't really have a choice. Another thing that I like to get typically right off the bat is the large platform type B. It's the same as this one, except it has 2 little side deals on the side that you put storage and stuff on, which is fantastic, absolutely fantastic. So I would like to wait for that. For the sake of doing this, we're not going to. We are not going to. We're going to go ahead and get our large platform A. I don't have any resin. Let me go grab some resin. We'll build that guy, and we'll build a smelter. Alrighty, 1 large platform type A coming on up. I like it. Let it do its thing. Now you're gonna see, since this is printing, this thing has like no power, but it's still trying to take power. So this is gonna make this very slow. I could just unclick it. It'll print the platform a little bit faster. Nothing too crazy. Also, I do have 2 wind turbines now that I really probably should hook up on here. Maybe we'll grab some more resin and we'll do just that, because that would help our base power a little bit. Again, just find those laying around. You can build them later, but honestly, if you just take a nice little explorational type journey, you can typically find a few base power items that will get your base up and running. Now you're gonna also notice right there, my backpack is completely full of stuff. My terrain tool is completely full of stuff. If I still collect stuff, it just shoots it on the ground. That's all it does, because I don't have any room for it anymore. So it's just gonna pop it out right on the ground as soon as I get enough of a resource. This is a terrible example. Come on, and there. So we didn't have enough. So it just pops it out on the ground. Now, if your terrain tool, I'm going to tell you this as well, because it's something to look out for. If your terrain tool, if you're terraining some stuff and you have your terrain tool like that, and you're gathering whatever resource it may be, I am suffocating, and it pops off underground like that, it will probably disappear. It'll probably get sucked into the planet and forever be claimed by the planet. So something to look out for, keep an eye on. But yeah, so boom, there we go. We got another platform in here. I like it. Let's actually go ahead and use this one to put these on. I feel like these would be handy. Pretty nice to have. Look at that. We got some more research done. Ta-da! It's done. And we can throw another research deal on there. And boop. Good to go. And we'll go ahead and start that guy. So yeah. But that's kind of the basics. This episode was actually a second attempt at the basics, because the first attempt, I feel like it was actually better. But yeah, audio got recorded. So how fantastic, you know? How absolutely fantastic. But yeah, so if there's something I missed, you think I missed that's super basic, leave a comment down below and let me know. I'm definitely curious to see that. And yeah, I think next episode we'll probably go into smelting items and getting items out of probably more printing, more smelting. And what would we do next? Probably smelting and like maybe vehicles or something. Or maybe we'll even get into the gateways, the big purple deals. But yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to leave a like. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe as well. Helps out the channel a lot. Also, if you guys are interested, we do Twitch 3 days a week. It's fun. It's fantastic. We have a good time over there. And then if you guys missed the Twitch, or you don't want to watch the Twitch live streams, you just want to catch them afterwards, I actually have a second channel completely dedicated to those previous live streams. Again, linked down below. It's Z1 Gaming Live. That is the channel that has all that stuff. So yes, appreciate the support. Thank you guys for watching. And you guys have yourself a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Bye. What is going on, everybody? Z here, and welcome back to Astroneer. So, first episode, Astroneer Basics, we took a look at researching, we took a look at the basic printers, and how to unlock things and getting bytes, essentially, like the very basics of it. The very basics of it. So what are we doing in this episode? Well, we're going to start off with getting some of the, some of the basic machines. Some of the first things to unlock. Hey, look at, there we go. There's the research field samples. My gosh. I don't know why those did not want to exist for me the first time. I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. Maybe you just have to log out and log back in and maybe it'll like reset it or something. I don't know. But we're going to go over a few basic machines, hopefully. So we're going to go over, where are you? Where are you? We're going to go over the smelter and the soil centrifuge. Those are the two things we're gonna go over, and then we're also gonna go over the large platform type B. So yeah, if you guys enjoy, definitely leave a like, because that'd be awesome. Yay, that'd be so exciting. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe as well for some more. So okay, cool. Well, we need bytes. We still need bytes. We're still low on the bytes. However, now that we have research aids and research samples kind of back, see, there's one now. There's one. Here's one. Oh my gosh, now they're everywhere. Now they're everywhere. Because I tried to find these for the last episode and I could not find them. I could not find them anywhere. So, yeah, well, now they're there. Now they're there. Okay, so I'm going to say the next thing that I'm going to unlock, and the next thing that I'm not going to say you have to unlock, but I would probably highly recommend, is going to be the large platform type B. That guy is the same as this platform. However, it gives you 2 additional storage things on the side, which are just extremely valuable. Extremely valuable because you're going to be doing all kinds of things. You're going to be getting all kinds of stuff, and it's just really, really good to have that extra storage. It keeps things nice and organized. It's just a good time all around. Just a good time all around. So let's go down here and let's actually see. I'm curious if, yep, there's, yay, bytes. Okay, so these are the bytes that we were going after. These are what I was looking for. And I don't believe that they were like spawning for us. They weren't spawning for me last time, so I don't know. I logged out, logged in, fixed it apparently. Apparently it fixed it, because look at, now they're absolutely everywhere. They are everywhere. I love it. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna grab all these, because like, look at now, we're at over 1,000, because just by collecting those things is worth like 50 a piece. Super easy, and definitely the way to go when it comes to getting the bytes in the very, very beginning. Very easy way to get bytes are regularly, and those will respawn. The ones on these like stick things, they come back like fairly quickly too, So I mean, look at, there's a ton of them over here too. Oh, this is gonna be great. This is gonna be absolutely great, because now we're gonna actually be able to get everything unlocked like at a decent rate. Oh man, I'm so excited. I was a little worried. I was like, I don't understand what's going on here, but I do believe I saw some comments as well of people saying they're having the same issue. So yeah, well, hopefully logging out, logging in, coming back to your game will help you accomplish that. So okay, well, let's go up top, because now we have 1,600 bytes. We're way good. We're way good on stuff. And let's start getting some things unlocked, shall we? But yes, thank you guys for the support on everything. I do appreciate it. Also, we're gonna be streaming Satisfactory pretty much for probably this week. This week we're gonna be streaming Satisfactory. It released into early access on the 19th. I think this video is gonna come out on the 20th. So yesterday it would have released, and we're streaming over on Twitch. So if you guys haven't already, maybe consider following on Twitch. Also, if you guys want to, I get comments all the time. People are like, oh, I didn't know you had an Instagram or a Twitter or something. I have all the social links down below for Instagram and Twitter and the Discord and all that fun stuff. So yeah, we have all the links down below if you guys are interested. You can go over there, hang out, chat. You can see what I post and kind of get a little behind the scenes action. But yeah, I just had to, I'm sorry, shameless self-promotion, absolutely. It had to happen. But okay, cool. So we have these now. Let's go back over here. Run for your oxygen. Let's grab, I don't know if doesn't look like I have any resin. So let's go ahead. We're gonna unlock the large platform type B. First thing we're gonna do that. It's kind of crucial. It's kind of crucial. I have 1, 2, and 3. Give me you. Come here. Come here. All right, so let's go ahead and get you put on here and go to right there. Boom. I like it. That's going to take an extremely long time. So to supplement the power, we're going to go ahead and make ourselves a small generator. I actually didn't cover this one in the last thing. We're going to have to work on power a little bit more because, like I said, we're getting more stuff going, getting more things done, and we're going to need the power. We're really going to need it. But I mean, I'm still trying to take things as slow as I can. Nice and easy. How are these things already back? You see how fast those came back? Are the ones back in the cave already? No way. That'd be so fast. That'd be like crazy fast. You know what? I don't need you on because these guys are going full blast. Full blast, full speed. Yay. Okay. So thank you. We're just gonna throw this guy over here. Yeah. No. Stop it. Open. No. Stop it. Open. I don't know what's going on here. What's going on here? Okay. So let's go ahead and get this guy placed down. Something like that, you know. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy. So, couple things. We can either go with the first item on the block is the smelting furnace, which we already have unlocked apparently. I think we still unlocked that last time. And the soil centrifuge. So we have to unlock the smelting furnace first because the soil centrifuge requires aluminum, which is a smelted version of laterite. So we have to go with this first. That has to be a thing. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. This needs to be filled in. I don't like having this giant hole right here. Like, I feel like we're gonna lose ourselves. We are just gonna lose ourselves into. Actually, you know what? It really. If I expand over this way, like this, it's really not gonna make a difference because it's just gonna kind of cover it up anyways. So, yeah, you know what? Whatever. It's fine. All right, so let's grab this. What do I have? I have 2 compound. I have 3 compound. I need more resin. So we have this resin here, but it looks like a lonely resin. It looks like a solely lonely resin. So I think we're just gonna leave that one alone. I don't want to make a huge hole there, just for one resin. But I mean, again, you guys do what you want. That's the whole point of the game. Whole point of the game. It's creative. It's fun. It's fantastic. It's just, you know, you do what you want to do. So I'm gonna grab this resin. We're head back, and we'll get some things built, shall we? Alrighty. So I got 2 resin. I didn't get a lot. I did not get a lot of resin, but unfortunately, that's all I can do. So let's get the smelting furnace online here, and we'll go ahead and turn this guy back on because our wind power looks like it's dying down. We still have bites coming in. These are very slow. You know, one thing I would like to see is I would like to see these research pods possibly worth just a little bit more, or maybe the time down a little bit on them. Because like I said, it's extremely easier to go out and grab these. That's 45. That's another 45. That's 90 that we just got in like what, 5 seconds. So I don't know, maybe it's balanced like it is. Maybe it is because that's actively researching and this is passively researching. So I get it. It's probably fine. So we have our smelter being made. We're gonna go ahead and throw this guy right on here. Now you can, if you want to, you can unpack these on the ground. They don't have to be attached, but you can't use them unless they're attached. The only thing that doesn't include is the trade platform. For some reason, it doesn't have to be attached. It doesn't have to be attached to anything. It could just be chilling on the ground, and that's it. It doesn't need anything. I don't know why. I don't know if it's supposed to, but it completely does it 100%. Oh, we actually have let's go ahead and use that. We'll use our power cells here that we found. So power cells, quick little tidbit of power cells, right? You can craft them. They require, I believe, what do they require? I don't even know what they require. We don't even have them unlocked yet. They require, actually, you know what? We can see in here. We can go to our backpack and we can look in here. Okay, why would they not? Oh yeah, they are right there. They require 1 zinc. And essentially what they do is they generate power for a little bit. They're kind of like a temporary little battery boost, and then they get used up, they disappear, and then that's it. So power cells have their uses, but not for base powering. I don't say to use them for base powering. I only use them because, I mean, why not? But we already have our aluminum as well. We already have the aluminum that we needed for the... Where is it? Oh, did I not unlock it yet? I don't think I unlocked it yet. The soil centrifuge. The soil centrifuge. Okay, so these I'm gonna say are your two basic machines: the smelter and the soil centrifuge. For the longest time, I was overlooking the soil centrifuge. It is extremely useful, and I'm gonna tell you why here in a second. Because it's extremely useful. So the reason it's extremely useful, and probably the resource that I use it the most for, is going to be resin. So what the soil centrifuge does, and we'll look at it here in a second, I just gotta go grab more compound for it, is it turns your soil canisters into a useful resource at different rates. You can't unlock every resource through the soil centrifuge. You used to be able to, actually, back in my day. You can't unlock every resource. However, you can get like the basic resources, and it is extremely useful for getting resin, because right now there's not a lot of resin in the area that I'm in. Sometimes you get lucky and you get in an area full of resin, but like I said, you use resin more than pretty much everything else. You do use resin more than everything else. It's the most used resource in the game. Absolutely is. But to combat that, all you need is a soil centrifuge and some soil, and that's it, and some power, and then you can make the resin yourself. So what I'm gonna do, because I don't have any resin, is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna make the soil centrifuge. Wait, I need the aluminum. Okay, thank you. I'm gonna make that guy because I need it. I didn't grab. I need some organic. Let's grab some organic so we can place it upon our generator here. I like it. Let's go ahead and turn you off. All right, so that'll speed things up just a little tiny bit. Not a lot. You know what? Let's just go use this one. It's fine. I found these. Not worried about them anyways. I really want this guy. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take this guy off of here for now, because like I said, I don't have enough resin for another platform. Now, what I could also do is I could pick these up and I could put these over here like this. Actually, we'll probably just do that. We'll just do that. We'll put the soil centrifuge right here for now. But the soil centrifuge is definitely one of those platforms, one of those things that you do not want on one of these platforms, because when it generates the soil, it's going to try to get rid of it, right? It's going to try to get rid of it. So it wants this storage stuff over here. So, ta-da! Your soil centrifuge. Okay, so I have a canister right here. I'm gonna go ahead and fill it with soil. Now, how this works is you're gonna have a bar over here. This is your soil meter. One full canister gives you a half. 2 full canisters gives you a full bar. So you can see here, compound. I can get 4 compound currently with the 1 canister that I have. I can get 4 resin. I can get 4 organic. However, you start getting into these more, I wouldn't say rare, but less common things. Clay, I can only get 3 for a full canister. Quartz, I can only get 2. Graphite, I can only get 1 for 1 full canister. And ammonium, it takes me 2 full canisters to get 1 ammonium. So I'm gonna tell you right now, ammonium is fun. It's a blast. It's a blast. So we don't need it right now, but I do need the resin. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna start this guy up. And look at that, it's just gonna, it's turning that soil into these little canisters. It's gonna do a little centrifugal action here, and it's gonna magically make ourselves some resin. Look at that, yay, it's amazing. And so, yeah, it's great, it's great. That's why I always recommend having canisters. If you're doing any kind of digging, just have canisters. Once you fill up, just come back here, drop it off here, make some more canisters, do what you gotta do, because, I mean, it's, while you're digging, you pretty much have like infinite of these kind of resources anyways. Okay, so yeah, power just dropped like terribly. Power just dropped terribly. All right, let's grab these. Yay! Okay, there we go. All right, so we definitely got to work on base power, but that's something that I don't want to focus on yet. Because for me, my way of dealing with base power is I go explore. Once you do a little bit of exploration, you can see we already found these 2 wind turbines. If I could find some solar panels as well, we would be in business. We'd be in business. So, or small batteries. You'll probably find some small batteries laying around, but that's for probably another episode. I just want to kind of go over these things and show you the basics of these guys. Yes, the resin is done. So 1, 2, and 3. Now I can go over here and I can print myself another platform, like so. And then I have 1 extra resin. And what I'm going to do with that extra resin, I'm going to make another canister. It's going to make another canister. We're going to need it. It's a thing. It's a thing. It has to happen. We're going to need it. So, yeah, that's how this guy works. That's how the smelter works. If you guys saw the smelter, it literally, you just put whatever resource can be smelted. So this one, quartz, right? It's a glass material. It says it can be smelted in glass. So some things cannot be smelted. Compound cannot be smelted. Once you have aluminum, it's already done smelting. Ammonium cannot be smelted. It would say a smeltable resource, or it would say a material for something. That's roughly what it would say. So okay, let's go ahead and get this platform over here unlocked. And boop, perfect. Throw that there. And then let's go ahead and actually put these back over here now. Perfect. Look at that. Things, we're doing things. We're doing things. Yay. Okay, so the next final thing that I want to cover in this episode is going to be storage. Is going to be the storage. We are getting too much stuff. I need stuff to do stuff with. I need stuff to do stuff with. You know, it's just a terrible thing. The more stuff you get, the more stuff you need to get more stuff to get more stuff. You know, that's just the name of the game. The name of the game is Astroneer, but that's essentially what it is. So I did find a little resin deposit over here. And since I don't have any more soil, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab the resin. There's also ammonium here. This is the ammonium on the ground. I don't need it right now, but it's kind of mixed in with the, oh gosh, there's also compound over here too. It's kind of mixed in. So if I get some cool, I'm going to be sure to keep it because we're going to need it later for all the space travels, and higher end resources require mixing it with hydrazine, which hydrazine is made from ammonium. So yeah, it becomes an extremely useful resource. All right, there's like there's like no more over here. Resin, I need you. Oh my gosh, there's gonna be like none here either. There's a little bit. There's not a lot though. I'm looking for like a good deposit of it. You know, we need like a good, healthy deposit. Wow, there's more ammonium. I can't believe how much ammonium is here. Oh, there we go. There's our healthy deposit right there. I was like, man, I can't believe there's like no ammonia, no aluminum, or oh my gosh, words are hard. There's no resin around here. I couldn't figure it out. So let me go back. Let me grab some oxygen. We'll head back and we'll start mining that out. We'll mine that one out together. It's gonna be fun. Alrighty, we are oxygenated up. Oh, look at this. This is a good deposit. And we have a gateway over there. Yay, exciting. Okay, so let's gather up this resin. We're gonna need quite a bit of it. And while I'm doing this, I'm also doubling up on the resin essentially, because while I'm digging, I'm getting soil. And while I'm getting resin, I'm getting resin. So I'm getting resin and soil, which means I can turn the soil into more resin later. So it's great. It's a wonderful thing. A very wonderful thing indeed. Now, I'm not too worried about my oxygen. I did bring a tether line kind of out this way ish, a little bit. So we should be just fine in getting that. Okay, cool. Let's see. Okay, oxygen's getting a little sketchy. I was hoping to get a nice full backpack. Okay, we gotta go. Oh, we gotta go. Okay, we're good. We're fine. Nice slide into the oxygen. Yes, take a breath, my friend, take a breath. You know, it's kind of funny. You wouldn't think you would start suffocating until this ran out, right? Because you still have oxygen. So, like, why would you start suffocating before it ran out? I don't know. What do you guys think? So, okay, cool. Now we have the resin. We have some soil canisters. So again, I'm just going to drop. Now, you might want to keep a soil canister on your back, depending on what you're doing. So just be kind of like, you know what you're doing. So here's a good example of something. That wasn't exactly 2 full canisters. So the lit up numbers are the amount I'm going to get. Now, this is extremely close to giving me a full another deal. So if I just do that, and probably, boom. Now it's going to give me 8 resin. Perfect. So before I do that, one thing I do want to make, I want to make a couple of these medium storages. These medium storages are going to be lifesavers for you. They're going to help you keep your base organized, and they're just flat out a good idea. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Again, they're unlocked from the beginning now, which is great. early access, they were not. So you would, oh my gosh, you'd be running around getting research to try to unlock these things, and then like stuff would be piling up everywhere. It'd be absolutely terrible. So what these guys are, medium storage, right? Absolutely, extremely useful. Now, a couple things. Actually, let me just put it on here to give an example. So if you put it on these ones right here, you can rotate them by pressing your applicable key. You can rotate them and put them here and here. But if you put them on the edges, they will lay flat. So, which is great. It's absolutely great. So we're gonna leave them laying flat out, obviously, like 100%, because that just looks better. And then we're gonna go ahead and do that one. And we're gonna go ahead and get this one and throw you over here like so. And we're gonna put one here and here as well. All right, so we got these two on here. That one's being made. Now, I wanted to do these two before I hit this button, because like I said, once it's on a platform with some storage, they will automatically try to be stored. So if I leave it with just the 2 slots on each side, it's going to fill up these two, and that's it. But if I have storage on there, it'll fill up all 8. It'll be great. It'll be fantastic. A wonderful time for everybody indeed. A wonderful time for everybody indeed. So yeah, storage, definitely a huge deal. Completely worth the resin. Absolutely. Get your soil centrifuge online. Get yourself making some stuff. One thing you can't do though is while it's going, you actually can't take this canister off until, because it wasn't completely empty. So it's gonna finish emptying and then it's gonna go off. It's gonna like boop, pop out.